news coming in now, and then we go back to the panelists on this debate. After Imran Khan's arrest, and Mr. Imran Khan is presently at the army headquarters in Rawalpindi, mob has now stormed army headquarters. Water cannon, tear gas fired at Imran Khan supporters, as ministers are in fact say that perhaps the PTI chief has been tortured as well. Abhishek Jha is joining me. This is a massive law and order situation, Abhishek.
Clearly, an utter chaos is prevailing right now in Pakistan, and not only in Rawalpindi but across Pakistan. We see so many big protests happening. People are on the streets. Interestingly, women are equally participating in this protest, and Rawalpindi, which happens to be the headquarters of Pakistan Army, also was probably thought as a safest destination where Imran Khan could be put. But now it looks like that calculation may not have been as accurate, because the kind of crowd is on the street, and now we are learning that the army headquarters in Rawalpindi is also under attack. Clearly, Pakistan's people are out on the street, and it is posing a huge challenge for the army against whom Imran Khan has been on a long fight, and he's been alleging that the army officials and the senior establishment people, they have made a group where they want to eliminate him politically, physically. There had already been 2 assassination attempts on him. So whatever Imran Khan had said about him in the past is slowly and gradually coming true as well, because now we see the way he has been sort of arrested or abducted by paramilitary forces. It was not police. There was no police presence in there. Judicially is also not very much convinced in the way Imran Khan has been arrested. So clearly, a lot of institutions are at loggerheads. Imran Khan, his party members, everybody is appealing to people that come on the street and protest in support of
Managing
Imran Khan.
editor Zaka Jacob is also joining me on the phone line. Zaka, PTI workers protesting in multiple cities across Pakistan, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Lahore, Karachi. What really can the government of the day do?
I think, this has now gone beyond the control of the civilian government. The fact that they are attacking the general headquarters in Rawalpindi, the seat of the Pakistan Army, which is arguably the most powerful institution in Pakistan, I think it's very, very clear. This is a direct challenge to the authority of the Army of Pakistan. This is a direct challenge by the supporters of Imran Khan, that they believe that today's action has been done at the behest of the army. Now, if you remember, there's very little love lost between Imran Khan and the army, particularly the top generals. He had wanted his own man in place, first as DG-ISI, and then subsequently when General Bajwa retired, he wanted his man to replace General Bajwa as the Chief of Army Staff, but that was not to be. In fact, over the last few days, Imran Khan has been directly alluding to one particular general, one of the corps commanders, who he says was directly the person who gave the orders for his assassination attempt that happened a few months ago. So clearly, the fact that the mobs have now ransacked, or at least tried to storm into the general headquarters in Rawalpindi, I can't think of something like this of having happened ever in Pakistan, at least not in recent times. Even when the coup happened under General Musharraf, and the long march of the lawyers happened when General Musharraf had been unceremoniously thrown out of power, we haven't seen scenes like this, where it was always said in Pakistan that the institution which ultimately calls the shots, which is the ultimate seat of power, is the Pakistan Army, and that seat of power, the general headquarters in Rawalpindi, being stormed like this by Imran Khan supporters is fairly unprecedented.
But Zaka, the larger question is, what is the Islamabad High Court or the court in Pakistan saying? Because if you look at the circumstances, it is almost being seen as an abduction of the former Prime Minister.
Well, that certainly is the allegation coming in from people of Imran Khan's party. Fawad Chaudhry, for example, one of his close confidants, has been saying that Imran Khan was literally abducted from the NAB court in the Islamabad High Court premises. Now, I think it's fairly clear that the battle lines are drawn. You have Imran Khan on the one side. There are supposedly, elements within the judiciary who are sympathetic to him. And on the other side, you have the ruling civilian government of the PDM under Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, and of course the army, which seems to be backing them. I think something has got to give in the next few days. You will have Imran Khan being produced in court tomorrow. There will be absolutely chaotic scenes across Pakistan tomorrow, not just in the court premises where he will be produced. But I think Imran Khan supporters across the length and breadth of the country are coming out. They are rallying in his support. and they are ransacking places. So which is why I go back to what I said, that this is a direct challenge to the authority of the Pakistan army. Make no mistake, the army will hit back. The army will fight back, no doubt about it. They will use the heavy stick. They will use the long arm of the ruling establishment to clamp down. It hasn't come yet, but it is definitely coming. If this continues, this kind of violence and mayhem and riots continue for the next few days, then the army will have no choice but to use the heavy hand of the state machinery.
The question now is, shut down Pakistan, release Imran Khan. These are just the chants that you can hear on the streets now of Lahore, Faizabad, Bannu, Peshawar. People of Lahore now are moving towards liberty, moving from liberty towards Lahore Can. That is what the PTI handle is saying. This is an unprecedented situation, Zaka, as you were pointing out. But is the situation quite literally out of hands? Because if you have a situation in which a former prime minister is abducted, as PTI is claiming, and then what can the civilian government do?
Well, clearly, I think it's also telling the fact that the supporters of Imran Khan are not targeting the civilian government as much as they're targeting the army. And I think that's happened for the very first time, that you have a political establishment, you have a political party that is directly targeting the army and saying it's the army that is the sutradhar of this entire thing, that Imran Khan's arrest has been done at the behest of the army. In fact, Imran Khan has also been saying that the plan is to take him into custody and then eventually eliminate him while he's in custody. He's been saying this for a number of weeks now, and I think it's playing to a script, is the feeling amongst PTI supporters, amongst Imran Khan supporters. Like I said, they're not ransacking Shahbaz Sharif's house or Bilawal Bhutto's house. They are trying to storm into, military establishments. The corps commander in Lahore, his house was ransacked. The general headquarters in Rawalpindi, there was an attempt to try and storm that. So I think this is something that is fairly unprecedented in Pakistan, where political party supporters are targeting the army directly.
Okay, we have Abdul Samad Yaqub, he is the PTI spokesperson. We also have Mateen Haider, senior journalist, joining me from Pakistan. Abdul Samad Yaqub, is this what is happening across the various districts and cities of Pakistan now? What we are seeing in Rawalpindi and Lahore?
Yes, it is exactly happening all over the Pakistan, from each street, each main road of the Pakistan. I mean, from Karachi to Peshawar, everywhere. I mean, people of Pakistan are out for the protest. Situation, unfortunately, I mean, they are targeting, as your reporter was mentioning, that they are targeting more of the military possessions rather than the civilian government. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, the situation could have been avoided if the arrest was done with a better manner. I mean, Imran Khan was humiliated, he was dragged, and these footages, I mean, when the footages appear and when it gone viral on the social media, there was a great outrage in the public, in the PTI workers. That's how they came out, and they have a fear that Imran Khan might have been poisoned in the custody of the...
So you are fearing that Imran Khan could be poisoned in the custody? Is that what the fear of PTI is?
Imran Khan himself has showed his reservation. I mean, he himself has told that he could be poisoned or he could be assassinated by any means. I mean, the purpose of his arrest is to eliminate him. I mean, not only politically, but his life is in danger when he was tried to be assassinated a few months back. So there are fears that he may be assassinated or poisoned. So at the moment, I mean, the situation can only be...
Legally speaking, what are your options? Mr. Yaqub?
Well, at the moment, I mean, the only option for the nation or for the situation is that they must release Imran Khan, who come out and deliver a video message to request to the public. I mean, to ask them to call off their protest. This is the only solution. Otherwise, I mean, this is going to be more violent. The situation will be turning into more violence. I mean, let's see what happens further. I mean, this is out of control. You can understand the mob mentality. No one can stop the mob when they are violent, when they are aggressive, when they are on the streets. So,
Mateen, stay with us.
Yaqub
Saab, stay with us. Mateen, I want to understand what is the Prime Minister's office saying, because of course this is an unprecedented situation. There is a direct charge against the civilian government of abducting a former Prime Minister. And if you look at it, the visuals that have been posted on his official Instagram account, barely an hour after his arrest, he predicts his arrest and calls the government gangs of thieves, and that is, this is a gang of thieves which has been imposed on the people.
Yes, well, correctly, and the moment he was arrested, his before arrest, advance video statement was immediately released to the media, in which Imran Khan was saying that he's most likely to be arrested today. So his prediction was correct. And then one of the analysts who was speaking, so Khan, off and on had been expressing fears that he could be poisoned, he could be assassinated. So that is another reason. But most important turning point was last night when Pakistan Army's spokesperson, Inter-Services Public Relations, issued a strong verdict statement and refuted allegations of Imran Khan, that Imran Khan had been pointing out that a particular officer of Inter-Services Intelligence, that he's plotting to assassinate him. So Pakistani military issued a strong verdict statement and termed the statement and allegations of Imran Khan as fabricated, concocted, baseless, and with no authentication. So Khan was also reminded that if he has any evidence or anything like that, he should adopt the legal course. So yesterday was the turning point, basically, because military spoke out, and later military also said that if Imran Khan continue to blame Pakistan Army and Inter-Services Intelligence for any alleged plot or anything, and if he continue to blame and level baseless allegations, so military will also take the legal course. So today the legal course has been taken. So yesterday was the turning point. Now the talks, there are no more talks. Talks began between PTI and the sitting government, continued for several days.
Mateen, the question is, what is the explanation that is being given by Shehbaz Sharif government? Because the former Prime Minister was taken away from outside the Islamabad High Court, where he had arrived for hearing in a corruption case. And he has been taken away by paramilitary.
Exactly, if you just let me allow to share that reaction. So reaction was from Pakistani Interior Minister, Mr. Rana Sanaullah, who said that Khan was arrested by the Rangers, and it was basically a nabbed arrest warrant. And in Qadar Trust case, so in the Qadar Trust case, there are only two trustees of that Qadar Trust. One is Imran Khan, and the second is his wife. So the NAB has also decided to call his wife as well, and said if she doesn't appear, she would be arrested. So Rana Sanaullah further alleged that it was a case of misappropriation of amount tuning to 60 billion rupees. 60 billion rupees, and he also alleged that former advisor to Mr. Imran Khan, when he was in power, Shehzad Akbar, minted 2 billion rupees from that deal. The deal was, of course, the contributions and the financial contributions for this Al-Qadr Trust, and that was from abroad. And then Shehzad Akbar was a front man. He got 2 billion rupees. He is abroad. And today, Interior Minister of Pakistan also said that Inter is being approached to bring Shehzad Akbar back to Pakistan so that he could also be included in investigation. But there are no chances now. The next target is the next target is the Mrs. of Imran Khan. She would be included in the investigation if she doesn't appear. Now the security situation at Imran Khan Lahore residence is vulnerable, So family could be arrested any moment. Right, that home could be ransacked any moment again.
Okay.
So the police will try to find out more evidence, document files,
Yes, and
something like that.
yes,
Yeah.
and even as we speak, the situation is only getting worse by every passing hour. We have Ahmed Pansota, Imran Khan's lawyer. Mr. Pansota, what exactly is the legal option that is available before you and the legal course that the party is looking at?
Well, at the moment, the good part is that Islamabad High Court has reserved its judgment on the possibility of arrest being declared as illegal. So we're just waiting for that judgment. And if the arrest has been declared illegal in that judgment, maybe once the judgment is announced, then of course Imran Khan, the entire landscape changes, and then he will take appropriate legal action accordingly. We have a firm belief that the arrest itself is completely illegal, and in no way can it be sustained under the law. There was a specific order from the Islamabad High Court that he cannot be arrested from the premises. He was arrested. Secondly, apart from that, the law indulging the arrest policy under the National Accountability Bureau, as per that, there are various judgments. But first of all, you should investigate, and if at the arresting stage you need to arrest somebody, you should arrest him. Thirdly, Imran Khan was arrested by the Rangers, and I think it was the paramilitary force, which was wrongly used by the National Accountability Bureau. So there are various grounds on which this arrest is liable to be set aside, and we're very hopeful. So if that's done, I think the legal action will change. But in case the arrest is not declared illegal, then we'll have to appear before the trial court first and have him represent him in his remand hearing.
Okay, so Ahmed, you are hoping that the court will declare this arrest as illegal. Imran Khan has been arrested outside the Islamabad High Court, and of course, which has resulted in demonstrations and protests by PTI supporters across Pakistan. The question is, if this arrest is illegal, then can the court actually declare it? And if they do it, what will be the role? What will be the kind of judgment that could come? I'm second guessing the court order against the civilian government, which is Shehbaz Sharif's government.
Well, to be honest, what is expected is that first of all, the vires of the arrest have to be seen under the constitutional or on the constitutional touchstone. First of all, this was within the Islamabad High Court premises. He had applied for previous bail in several cases, and he had just gone to get his biometric done, which is a procedural requirement before the bail is taken up. And the matter was being heard in the court on some different issue. So once he was there, he went inside the room, he was arrested. So this arrest in itself is per se illegal. Why? Because A, there was a court order which specifically restrained the law enforcement agency from arresting him. And even otherwise, as per the court ethics and the legal ethics, people are not allowed within the court premises. The ex-Prime Minister was arrested, and that too through completely illegal means. And even the new National Accountability Bureau law does not allow for any such arrest to be made. So I think on the basis of all of this, if the Islamabad High Court declares it illegal, then automatically any exercise thereafter will be declared illegal. So Imran Khan, most probably, on the basis of this order, if it is in his favor, I think he'll be a free man soul.
So when is that, challenging of this arrest likely to happen, Ahmed?
Well, the judgment has been reserved. As I'm talking to you, I'm reading it on various news channels that the Islamabad High Court Chief Justice has reserved his judgment. And I think in the next 10, 15 or maybe 30 minutes, it is expected to be announced. And I expect sanity to prevail. I expect rule of law to prevail over everything else. And most importantly, the Constitution of Pakistan must reign over everything else. And that's what Chief Justice of Islamabad High Court is there for, safeguarding the fundamental rights of any citizen of Pakistan. And in this case, this is the ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan.
And Ahmed, so you expect a judgment perhaps to come in your favor in the next half an hour. But the larger question is, if this is an illegal arrest, there are PTI spokespersons who are trying to build this as some kind of abduction as well. Do we know who really abducted him? I mean, paramilitary forces, can they come and abduct a former prime minister from the premises of a court?
Well, to be honest, if it reaches that and it is declared as an illegal arrest, and I think the main person to be held accountable under this is the chairman NAB, who has issued this warrant, and then the Director General NAB, who has sought help from the paramilitary force. Paramilitary force, I don't hold that as responsible because they are there to follow the orders. But the real question is, why was the paramilitary force hired in the first place? And secondly, whether that order in itself was legally sustainable. So I think if it gets to that, and if the liability has to be determined, the charge has to be framed against somebody, it will be the Director General NAB along with the Chairman NAB.
All right. Thank you, Ahmed. Let's see what really happens at the Islamabad High Court, which will be pronouncing its verdict in half an hour from now. Let me go back to Abdul Samad Yaqub. Abdul Samad Yaqub, your lawyer is hoping for a relief to come from the court. Till then, couldn't you have ensured that the supporters of PTI were not seen ransacking the streets and destroying public properties?
Well, I wish that the PTI workers or the PTI followers or the levels of Imran Khan remain peaceful. But when there is aggression, when there is such kind of aggression, I mean, the mob mentality, you may understand the mob mentality. I mean, it's hard for them to restrain or refrain from the violence. What we are expecting is, and that is unfortunate that so far what footages we have seen, we have watched, there is a sheer violence. I mean, they have entered in the GHQ General Headquarters of the Army, they have entered in the house of the Corps Commander of Lahore, and by the way, this is the first time after 2009, I mean, when the TTP attacked General Headquarters of the Army. That was attacked in 2009, and since then it's first time happened that the general public has entered in the general headquarters. So this is so unfortunate. I mean, the whole Pakistan is burning, and the only way forward is that Imran Khan must be released by tonight, so that he come out and he release the video or he call off this protest. This is the only way forward. Otherwise, further violence will be. We can expect a further violence, and I don't know where it's going to be stopped.
We'll try and get some more data and details that are coming in from Islamabad High Court, which has so far reserved the verdict in Imran Khan's arrest. The lawyer there saying that perhaps a verdict is expected later today. So let's see what really is the verdict in Imran Khan's arrest. The former Prime Minister, remember, was arrested by paramilitary forces from Islamabad High Court premises earlier today. And there was a video that showed a swarm of paramilitary personnel surrounding Imran Khan and whisking him away to a vehicle. That, of course, that video has gone viral. Imran Khan's party also shared the video alleging that he was badly pushed. The former Prime Minister's arrest has sparked protests across Pakistan, and the police used water cannons and tear gas to stop large gatherings. So that is the big story that we are tracking at this hour. Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister, who faces multiple cases, in fact 121 cases across Pakistan, from treason to blasphemy. These are cases that are related to committing and inciting violence and terrorism. 12 cases of terrorism in Lahore, 14 cases registered against him in Faisalabad. Some 22 terrorism cases have also been registered against Imran Khan across the country. So it's only getting tough for Imran Khan, Abdul, as far as the legal fight is concerned. I mean, if you look at it, 121 cases in all.
These are the politically motivated cases. I mean, the case false was filed against Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, then the Prime Minister. I mean, and he was hanged, and which is still considered as judicial murder. I mean. And that's what we are expecting, that they can file multiple false cases, like they have filed over 140 cases. So filing a case, it's become a joke. I mean, how come a former Prime Minister who can be accused in 140 cases, and then since we have already shown our reserve that he might easily be poisoned or he may be assassinated. So these are genuine reserves, and the first former Prime Minister has directly accused the serving Major General. I mean, this never happened before. Although the former, when they got retired, they are really accused, but this is the first, and these are the serious issues. I mean, the world must take action or must raise.
You are saying that the world must take note, and even as we speak, there is a piece of breaking news that is coming in now. The Islamabad High Court has in fact reserved verdict in Imran Khan's arrest. What does it actually mean? Will the verdict be read out in later tonight, or will it be perhaps for the next few days? That remains to be seen. But the questions being raised against the civilian government of Shehbaz Sharif, there has been complete chaos across Pakistan. Multiple cities are witnessing protests by PTI supporters and workers. Abdul Samad, here is what we are picking up, that the Islamabad High Court had reserved the verdict. If the verdict doesn't come by later tonight, what will be the PTI supporters doing? Shouldn't they have faith in the courts of Pakistan, that perhaps if you say that this is an illegal arrest, you will get some relief from the courts? Till then, you should ensure that that these kind of protests are not happening.
I mean, situation can be calmed down by if the court read the orders in a while. I mean, this is a matter of very urgency. I mean, the court must. I would request the court to read up the verdict as soon as possible. Otherwise, people cannot be restrained. I mean, things going to be further towards further violence. I mean, so the next 24 hours can be more crucial. I mean, there should be someone to come forward, and like the High Court. Only High Court, I think, at this moment can calm down the situation, and we have a high hope from the High Court, and most likely the verdict will be in the favor of Imran Khan, and most likely he will be released immediately.
Okay, we certainly hope that this situation is under control, because the entire situation across Pakistan is a matter of huge law and order situation and concern. We are seeing visuals come in from Rawalpindi, Lahore, Karachi and multiple parts where commander's home has been hit, where the army headquarters have been mobbed. So certainly a lot of concerns there on ground. This remains our top focus. We are slipping into a short break. We'll come back to this story in just a bit.